Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort. Code. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip. Go.
And we are calling for TPD. You heard about Kill Bill. Time to kill Phil. We grilled him, and now
There we
we're
go.
gonna spit roast this
My mic was up.
motherfucking pig.
Fuck that piece of shit. No. What an ass.
He's a bum.
Dude, do you know
He's
how hard?
an ungrateful beggar bum.
Do you know how hard it was for me to hold it in? Every time he's in chat, hey, and I thought we were being obvious. Eh?
Yeah.
I thought we were being like as obvious as possible.
No, I mean we were like literally trying to get rid of him.
Fuck.
It's like when you like throw it. What's that scene where they throw the rocks at the dog at Old Yeller to make him go away?
Yes.
Or some shit like this. It's like, go. We don't want you here.
Bro.
You fucking son. It's outright insulting him to his face. Oh, he just couldn't get the memo. He just couldn't get the message.
And there's a big
that we
story
didn't want
behind
anything to do with this boring fucking ass. But it was beyond how boring he was, how worthless he was.
Beyond that.
The lack of content, the lack of gratitude, how draining he was, how negative it was. It was that Phil's gay. He's gay. He was gay for Andy Warski.
He kept
This
asking
guy
to
was
see my body.
He kept begging to look and touch Warski's underwear. This guy
Oh, that's
privately, he was trying to slip his
Let's see
hands
those
down Andy's
abs.
pants.
The gaming.
You know,
Oh
he
my God,
said
soulmate.
he goes like, "Let me see your shredded body." To you,
And
Andy.
I
Let's
went-
just like,
And I went, no. I was like, no, that's weird. That's uncomfortable. That's awkward. But
you
why?
know, like it's like, why
I'm like,
is he saying?
We're in a
this?
business meeting.
He was drunk as fuck.
Someone
Let's
call.
be real. This was some Brian Dunn fucking behavior.
Someone call
from the
HR.
Filster.
Like,
Someone call HR. He was sexually harassing you in the workplace, Warski. He wanted to feel your shredded body, bud.
Oh my.
Oh,
Kev,
man.
Can I just say this? I saw this.
Remember when he got on that voice call and he started asking to see your underwear?
Did he? Okay. I should have just played along.
Remember when he got on the voice call and asked to
you
see
just
your
sucked my
underwear?
cock?
He's begging to see your outlines.
No.
By the way, duty streams for 10 subs.
Let's
And
go.
we got Politburo for 5 subs.
Sheesh.
We're barely even exaggerating, though. There would always be this like flirtatious gay element to Phil's behavior with Andy, where it was like, this is strange.
Well,
This isn't normal.
I gotta say one thing. I finally like heard about and saw a little bit of the thing where he goes, "I'm his gaming soulmate," right? Okay, let me.
How did it feel?
Listen,
That he was your
DSP.
gaming soulmate.
Everyone likes Final Fantasy VI. Everyone likes Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is not like like obscure, like
These were
hidden
deep
gem.
cuts. You know what I mean? This isn't even like Earthbound level.
You know?
This is like entry level everybody had for their Nintendo. Fucking Legend of Zelda Link to the
Look
Past.
to the past, yeah. And like other things, and he kept saying things like that and wanting to play games with me. And I kept like after every show, I would be like texting Ash, he's DMing me. What do I say? I want to not respond. And we're just like, we'd have meetings on how to DM him back. Because it's like, hey, fucking Ashton's like fucking Discord messaging me during the show. DM'd me 4 times during the show. I'm like, could you tell him to shut the fuck up? We're doing a show. Meanwhile, the fucking previous three days earlier, there's this huge opportunity, everyone. LOL Cow Live. Fucking bro.
You were like, Ashton, help me. He's asking me to kiss him in Amsterdam.
That was a little gay.
No, that's when Phil invited Andy to go to Amsterdam with him because he wanted to kiss him at the fucking hotel in Amsterdam.
Listen. I don't even want to talk about that homosexuality. It makes
You know,
me angry.
but he wouldn't come meet me in Florida. I'm like, fuck, I look like his. I guess that's why he didn't want to fuck me, is because I look kind of like his wife.
You tell him the Florida story because you said it on
God.
Steve's, but
No, I seriously, guys, you won't even believe this because I genuinely feel bad for Phil.
Me too.
When I learned this guy, he never leaves his home.
It's sad.
He can't. It's sad. You know what I mean? The guy is a total shut-in. Hasn't been on a vacation or a trip in a decade. Couldn't have a honeymoon with his wife. I felt bad for him. And also, I was like, you know what? I want to meet Phil. I want to know what Phil's about. I want to have some comradeship, some brotherhood with Phil. Take our friendship to the next level.
Ashton,
Not the way that Phil did, like the gay way that. But I'm like, you know what, Phil? I said to Phil, so here's the idea. And you can tell just like how much thought I put into this of something that Phil would like to do that's like his special interest, which is Hulk Hogan. Whoa. So for those of you who don't know, Hulk Hogan has a store in Tampa Bay, like a memorabilia store, a t-shirt shop, all sorts of stuff from his past. It's kind of like a Hogan museum. And there's also in Tampa Bay a Hulk Hogan bar that Hogan is there every like Monday for karaoke. And he was having a Super Bowl party at his bar, which is called Hogan's Hangout.
Buddy, that's incredible if you're a fan.
Where he was going to show up and there are going to be other wrestlers there and stuff like this. So I say to Phil, hey man, what if I pay for your flight to bring you out to Florida and we can hang out? So Phil's objection is, well, you know, I can't leave my wife at home. So I say, Phil, how about I pay for your wife to come? You guys can hang out at the beach for a couple days.
What a mensch.
We'll meet up at the bar. We'll do the Super Bowl party. Maybe we'll do a video at the bar, just like as like an excuse that it's a business trip or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can go back home. You know, so here's like the honeymoon he never was able to have. We're going to hang out. We're going to make content, all this sort of thing. You know what he says to me? He goes, well, that wouldn't be fair to my cat because my cat would be alone.
Get a cat sitter. Give your parents.
Okay, Phil, how about I pay for the top cat sitting service you can find? I'll pay for all of it. I'll pay for you to come. I'll pay for your wife to come. I'll pay for sitters for your pets. I'll do it. And I was dead fucking serious. I was going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on this.
$4K minimum.
Oh, more.
Minimum.
It was probably going to be at least $5,000-$6,000 to do all of this. But I'm like, oh, fuck. It'd be really fun. No, it would traumatize my cat to leave him with anybody else. There's no possible way I could do this, man. And what it is it's fear. He's afraid of leaving his own home. He's afraid of doing anything. He's just a massive fucking pussy, shut-in hermit little bitch because he's scared some troll will find him and confront him. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's like, Phil, stop being such a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
But this is the crazy shit that Phil, this is the mentality of Phil. And it's wild shit.
Yeah.
It really is wild shit.
Well, here's where I was fucking super annoyed, and it's a very similar story. So we thought, people were asking me yesterday, hey, so what was the end game? Be serious. End game was simple. We knew he was like a bit of an idiot and, you know, detractors were
you ever see Howard Stern, how he had a whack pack?
It was like, Opie and Anthony with fucking Bobo. You know, it was like that idea. So the idea was get him close so we could have some funny shit. So we thought of shit like lie detector test, like ghost hunting. And then during that, we'd felt him while we were filming, be fun. Every idea that we had, we were shot down. Then the easiest idea, instead of flying somewhere, was Lol Cow Live. Imagine Casino, Lol Cow, and Phil would be a massive show. He literally in the group chat started yelling at all of us. You guys, you know it's my day off. First of all,
How dare
day
you
off?
bother
How
me
about-
on my day
How about
off?
you respond tomorrow then, you F-slur, you fucking retard?
Well, why is it such a big deal to receive a simple DM? Like, so listen, if one of your friends or family or a business associate texts you on your day off, do you lose your fucking mind?
No, he's losing his
How dare
mind.
you text me on my day off? Wouldn't you just not reply?
Yeah.
And then come get back to them at a later point? But instead, it was like this whole, how fucking dare you come out? It's my day off.
That's
I'm
when
fucking
I was like
busy.
done with him.
You're
like
pestering me.
Mentally, I was like, that's like when I was like, I was done. And then you were like, listen, I'll do a show with him and I'll felt him on the show and then we'll make something happen that way. I was like, cool, I'm staying out of it. Like, I'm like,
You
yeah.
come to me on my day off and you don't even ask
But then
with
Ashton,
respect to do content with me.
so I'm pissed. I text Ashton. I'm like, this guy's a piece of shit. Fuck him. Then on my day off, which by the way wasn't even a day off, I was editing for the show for the next day. He's fucking messaging me like all his ideas that all suck, by the way.
Yes.
Then I don't respond. I'm like, I'm not responding to him. Fuck him. What does he do? The next day, like while we're live, he's putting business fucking like private shit in our chat. I'm like, and then putting pressure on us to respond. Like, hey,
do you remember? Go ahead, but I'll say
no, that's it for that.
No,
I was like, fuck him.
do you remember when this guy asked us not to stream in his time slot?
Yeah, guys, we'll go over
This
a
guy
schedule.
actually demanded that we schedule our shows around his shows and that we direct our audience to his show. This is what he actually thought. And it's like, but Phil, we have like 2,000-3,000 live viewers. You have 200-300 live viewers. You know, we're kind of doing you a favor, bringing you on, promoting you in the first place. And you want us to inconvenience ourselves and our audience and say, we won't do shows in the time slot from like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. to midnight. Well, that's when we stream, Phil.
Buddy.
But what he wanted us to do was for his political show, for us to siphon all of our viewers
That's what he was messaging.
That's what he wanted us to do, is give
chat.
all of our viewers and all of our money. And he would come in here and be like, guys, remember my show is next week or tomorrow at this time. Don't tune
stream
into the casino or don't stream, guys, because I need your support. And it just started to get, it's like, so you take and you take and you take and you take and you ask and you ask and you ask. But when it comes time for you to like do a crossover with us and Keemstar, when we ask you to do something that mildly inconveniences you, no. What's in it for me? You know, it's
Anything
like, I see how you guys would benefit from me coming on the show to roast Rich of Review Tech USA. And I see how Keem would benefit. But how would I benefit?
Viewers,
well, I
you
don't
fucking
know.
idiot.
There's a bunch of people watching you that might see you in a new light as somebody that's having fun and dropped your grudge with Keemstar and, you know, is doing interesting stuff now, and they might come watch your stuff. It's like, what's in it for me?
Ash,
It's just crazy.
and then fucking yesterday, I see one of his tweets. Someone, a detractor, like showed me a screenshot. He was saying, why do I have to pay Ashton half if I have to pay taxes? You expense it on your fucking taxes, you fucking Mongol cheap bastard.
The guy didn't even know how to do his fucking taxes. But honestly, it was he suggested, he's like, I'll pay all the taxes on it. Don't worry, bro.
But you still have to pay the income because your fucking bank sees it.
I still have
CRA
to pay
sees
tax on it anyway.
Buddy,
But
there was that.
That was his idea, that he was going to pay all the tax on it off the start. So it's like, okay, so now you insisted on that, but now it's a bad thing and I scammed you somehow? Like, I don't know. This
After
is how
you
it
do the
works for
shows?
everybody that does shows that pay guests or have co-hosts.
Yeah, I
Like,
always expense whatever we send anyone else. And then, by the way, here's why I was like, fucking, this is when I was like, this guy needs to fuck off out of our lives, was when we did the gaming stream. We did the climbing game, remember?
Yeah. Chained
Fucking
together.
9 p.m. like Cinderella, king, I gotta go. May you stay so we could do another hour? No. After, by the way, we were on his show. He made him thousands.
Oh, yeah.
And then he stays in chat for 4 hours.
That's the crazy thing. He'll be like, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go spend time with my wife or whatever. And then he'll be in the chat for 5 or 6 hours straight after that. But it's crazy to me. It's like, okay, so you have this opportunity. You're in front of a new audience. And it was rattling from the start, this stuff. We do the Review Tech USA thing.
Yes.
The guy has to oh, guys, I have to leave.
Yes.
But Phil, there's 4,000 or 5,000 people watching this live. What do you mean you have to stop streaming? Like,
it was the Ralph thing.
Make hay
remember?
when the sun shines. Yes, with the Ralph content too. We brought him on. We're doing the more of Ralph with it. It's like, I gotta go now, guys. It's like, well, we have a lot more content, Phil. Like,
Ashton spent literally like 8 hours the previous day going through the Kiwi farms, looking for all the best clips, setting up the whole lore shit. But the RTU stuff went a little bit too long. And then we're just like, hey, like we're DMing in the group, can you please stay? Nope. It's like, you made like 3,000 the other day. I wanted to like, I was like, this guy has to go. Every fucking detractor was right, but we were like, okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Maybe we can incubate this a bit longer.
It was fucked. Well, it was just like, okay, every single thing that you wanted to do with him on a stream, you had to go over every aspect of it and negotiate like, okay, so it's going to be using this service. It's going to be on Discord and it's going to be at this time, right? I don't know if I can do this day. I don't know if I can do this. Like with everybody else that you ever negotiate with, like a show, you go, hey, can you do this at this time? And they're either like yes or no. But with Phil, it's like pulling teeth. And if I showed the DMs, you can understand. It's hard to actually explain how agonizing it is to go through the process of trying to book him to do anything. And it's like with any guest, it's like, okay, so let's do this interview with this person. Well, I don't know. Okay, well, here, let me explain to you why it's beneficial. Okay, well, I have this objection to it. Okay, well, let me explain to you why that's wrong. Okay, but what about this? And there would be another objection and another objection. And he would stonewall every single thing to the point where it was a miracle we got anything done with the guy ever at all.
So when we had Mudahar on our show, we had contacts with Mudahar. So we're like, oh, we'll do a gaming stream with Mudahar, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Right? I had to explain the entire Mudahar lore for him to like agree. I'm like, Buddha's mainstream normie. Relax. And by the way, even if he was like edgy, you're with fucking racial joke people. Like,
I don't know. I like, this is the thing is it's like, well, we have to background check this person before I'll appear with them. And this, it's like, why? It was a battle for every single thing, anything. And I've never encountered anything like this. I had like the patience of fucking Job to tard wrangle this guy, try and bring him in for appearances. But let me tell you, when he came on here and why we stopped bringing him on, you guys know he was just a net negative. He was just a drain. He didn't add anything. He never, had a good take or
crazy.
A funny joke or a one-liner. The guy couldn't even laugh at what's going on. Like he would just have this sourpuss look on his face, like he wasn't happy to be here, like he was doing everybody else a favor by appearing. And it's like, you have no viewers, you have no fans, nobody likes you. In fact, everybody hates you. And the fact that we're bringing you on, we got so much hate from everybody. They were right, honestly.
They banned the people in chat making fun of me. It's like,
we're getting our donators doxxed on the daily. Fucking our editor is having pictures of his kids posted. People are threatening his kids, calling him a pet, like crazy fucking
and then
shit.
We're just like, hey,
constantly.
Hey, you mind if we play the? Hey, we have this crazy idea. Why don't we just play fucking Link to the Past on stream? No, that's not views. That's a post show. That's like an after show. Relax. It's not a show.
It's just like after all we've done, it's like, can you do us any favor? No. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Like, it's crazy.
Buddy,
it's
and then
crazy
he spits on us for every idea. I want to show one quick clip. You probably watched it with Steve yesterday. I woke up. I woke up and Ashton's with Steve, and I see the show, and I'm just like, thank you. Like I almost started crying. Like
He was so
it's
happy.
like, oh my god! It's like finding out you won the fucking lottery. I was like, oh my god, yes. I don't have
And
to
I'll
pretend
say this
anymore.
because we're not going to go on and on and on about Phil all night long, obviously.
But we do.
If you go back to the Steve interview that I did last night, if you go to the True Seekers channel and check it out, or I think Duty clipped it,
Yeah.
a bunch of detractor channels have clipped it, and you watch that, you can really see me go off and just fucking tear into Phil, crazy fucking rants.
I'm just tired of him.
He's just such a black hole.
You know what's
There's
crazy?
just nothing positive comes from him. He says he's Mr. Positivity, but in fact, there's nothing positive that comes from him, and there's nothing meaningful either. It's all just a meaningless black hole of negativity and boredom for all eternity.
That we do.
Is the Snortax.
We do have a DSP video from August the Duck, just released it a few hours ago. So we're going to do that later. Don't worry. It's a 20-minute video.
Let's hit
Hear
the
this,
goal
though. I have to
and let's do this August the Duck video. But Phil's trying to say that he's more successful than August the Duck.
2.1 million subs.
Getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views on every single video. But he, Phil, who can't even crack 1,000 views on his replays, has less than 300 people live on his shows. At certain points now, he's getting less than 200 people live as he streams 6 days a week and been here 15 fucking years. Is going to say that he's more successful than this other. It's just crazy. He's a fucking lunatic. He lives in an alternate reality.
People are
He
screaming
lives
in chat
in
for us to
hope.
do it now. We got so much show. I mean,
We got a lot
listen.
of show,
And by the way,
folks.
Wacky Shucks for 25
25 subs!
Mr. Quackster Hopper for a sub. He's gay.
Big
for a sub.
nice pants for tokens real for 25 subs!
Go.
And Canson for 10 subs!
Sheesh.
Honky Kong 88 for a sub! Papa Polecat for 5 subs! A duck-sized duck for 10 subs! And Defective Detective 243 for 5 subs. We shouted out earlier Duty for 10 and Paul Lit Bureau for 5 subs as well.
Look, we are 100
Massive
away.
support.
If we hit the 100,
We're already
we'll do the video
halfway
now.
there.
We'll do the video now.
Listen, if we get the 100 subs, but by the time we finish the rant about Phil,
We'll watch
we'll
the video.
do the show.
Another
But
2
it's like
hours.
the other thing I want to bring up is that Phil would always, like, whatever problem he was having, whether it be with his streams, whether it be with his personal life, his family, his wife, whatever, he would always be messaging me about it every night. And it would be at like 4 a.m. And if you didn't respond to him, he would be upset.
Okay.
You know, like
Ash,
he
I have a funny
expected
story
responses to his shit.
about that, Ash. I have a funny story. So you all know, after the show, I usually stick around for 2 hours, play games, or watch other videos. It's like an unwind show. And you could actually visibly see probably 5 times on post shows me look down at my phone and what I was doing was reading Ashton's text, and then you see me do this, and then like Psycho's like, what's wrong? And I'm just like, I don't even
A
want to.
duck-sized duck has gifted 50 subs!
What the fuck?
Oh, huge!
What the
Let's
fuck?
go, Detractor Bro!
He for 2 subs. Rare Tricks for
Trick
10
has
subs.
gifted 10 subs!
Okay,
Rare Tricks has come home! They're coming home!
They're coming home.
Rare Tricks, be honest. Did you feel like you got your money's worth buying Phil that shitty fucking rum cake?
Oh.
And by the way, we got Void 72 with 15 subs.
What the fuck is up, Void?
Now these
15?
are all the donors who quit because we started doing shows with Phil. They came back. They came back.
Bunk 422 for 10.
10 subs.
Look, and by the way, I want you all, I'll know this. Look, thank you so much, everyone. Holy fuck. Here's the thing is too. I was like, we were like texting each other and or like on phone calls. I'm pacing my house. We're like, is this worth it? We're bleeding. We're bleeding.
You know,
We're bleeding. We're bleeding.
It just wasn't
Maybe
worth
there's
it at all.
But
It was
it's
just
the
like
One
it's like a
Piece. You're
sunk
looking for the
cost
One Piece.
fallacy where I'm like, listen, at some point, surely this is gonna turn around for us, and we're gonna convince this guy to make good content. If I'm just patient enough, if I hold his hand enough, if I argue with his objections and his negativity enough and tard wrangle him, it was impossible.
Oh.
It was impossible.
Buddy, it was like it was trying to find the One Piece. It kept going and going and going, and it never ended. It never ended. You know,
It's never ending.
I'll say this. So you had a great rant. Everyone, go watch Steve's show whenever you have a chance. It's really good with Ashton and Steve there. But here's the thing, too. I was
Yellow Flash for five subs.
Let's go. Let's go, Yellow Flash. 14 away from doing the August.
We're 14 away from the goal,
Yeah.
like 15 minutes into the show. Let's just get the
Let's just
15
get
bomb.
it. Thank you. Yeah.
And then I guess we'll do, Phil, we're going to change the entire format of the show.
Yo, Ash, though, but here's the thing.
Listen, Melvin, the Weed Wizard, has gifted 6 subs.
Okay, we are 8 away. Let's fucking go.
Here's what I'll say. If we get the 8 subs and 100 more after that, I will reveal more private dirt about Phil.
Ooh,
I will reveal some real snake fucking shit about
are we
Phil.
snaking that hard today?
We're drip feeding. Well, one of it is time sensitive, where it's gonna, I don't know, guys. Should we just nuke Phil? Should we just be the most dirty, dastardly, despicable snakes and just expose all of his shit? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Duty Streams gifted 5 subs. And Nihil Nova Sub Soul for 5 subs. Chemical X for 5 subs. All right, Andy, we got to let you go. Go ahead.
No, Tony Pat for 25 subs.
Huge!
Okay,
Huge!
Ash, so here's my view was when Ash was doing the show with him, I was like, all right, you try to get that egg to hatch. I was just done with it, just fucking fed up. I hate him. So then I'm like, hey, how was Thursday? How was Thursday at the Salvation Army fucking charity? Hey,
really was. I'm just doing charity for this guy. And listen, the wrestling show, the idea was, let's find something that Phil actually cares about, that he's passionate about. Because it seemed to me there wasn't a single thing in this entire world that the guy actually cared about, that he could talk about. The guy talks and talks and talks. He talks for a living, yet he has nothing to say, ever. It's just talking to hear the sound of his own voice in the hopes that fucking nickels drop into his shit. What?
Oh.
Dr. Lexus has gifted 100 subs! Huge!
Casino Pit Boss.
Huge!
Oh. So levels of petty. He scratches Ashton's after Ashton offered him $5,000 to head of the Super Bowl party at Hulk Hogan's place with his wife. He scratches Ashton's name out or face out for a joke. What a rude He's the worst.
Then only thing this guy does is live stream for people who hate him like an animal in a zoo to be pelted with fucking peanuts and shit like this. And then he gets off stream and he starts drinking. He plays a WWE mobile game that he spends his entire paycheck on.
Remember something.
And then DoorDashes a meal and then goes to bed, wakes up, does it again and again and
Ash,
again.
I just remember
the
story. You're going to laugh. You remember this too. It was after watching Nerds on the Go, the like pool. Remember he was walking on the pool? We spoke to Phil right after. Remember he was yelling at you and me because Kick wouldn't verify him?
Okay. This is actually one of the most narcissistic and insane things that Phil came to me.
He yelled
about.
at us.
He yelled at me about why Kick didn't. Yeah, and you as well. He yelled at us about why Kick didn't verify him right away. And he said that it was an insult to him that they didn't immediately verify him and give him like a deal and all of this stuff. It's like, first of all, man, I don't run Kick. Like, I don't have like
Eddie.
the moderator. I don't know Eddie. I'm not able to pull these strings for you, man. Second of all, like, you have to actually meet the metrics, man. And you actually have to like be legit. And what this guy was doing, by the way, now listen, I guarantee you that Kick would have verified him and probably done something for him had he moved all of his stuff to Kick.
Yeah.
But what he decided to do was just do a mirror. So they're not getting the exclusivity of Phil. And so why? But even despite all of this, Kick has put Phil on the front page numerous times. They've tried to promote him. They've given him opportunities. But Phil is just like a complete narcissistic, delusional piece of shit that believes that because he sent a mirror, which, by the way, for Phil to learn how to use, what's it called, where you send out Restream. Restream. For Phil to figure out how to use Restream, it was like the biggest ordeal in the history
I'll write
of
the tutorial.
World. I think, Andy, you had to teach him how to fucking use Restream, no? Like, you had to explain to him that it was even possible to stream to 2 sites at once.
I got so mad, I just sent him a YouTube video.
About like how hard he worked in order to do this. It's like, after all that I've done, how hard I worked for Kick to not approve me instantly is an insult.
I can
to
find
me
that
and
fucking
my audience.
message. I have to scroll up
It's
for a minute.
It's like fucking crazy. Well, you're gonna be scrolling for a while because the guy sends 10,000 fucking DMs. Oh man, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, the stuff that this guy fucking says. It's exhausting. It's this exhausting, draining process. You know, somebody said, I read this somewhere, probably on Kiwi Farms, might have been on Twitter. But darksydephil is Sisyphus, but he's the boulder. He's the boulder in the story of Sisyphus.
And you are like...
And we're the ones that have to keep pushing it up, and his audience has to keep pushing this boulder day after day up the hill. And then it falls down the other side, and we're right back to where we all fucking started. And we have to push it back. But then it's beyond that, because the boulder in Sisyphus' story was silent. Because it was a boulder. Phil complains the entire fucking time as you're trying to help him that you're not pushing hard enough or quick enough or giving him enough money while he sits on the fucking boulder that you're pushing to the top of the goddamn hill. It's brutal.
Bro, Ashton, that was one of the nights. So it was like, I was already sort of pissed off and done with him. And when he said, like, how dare you guys tell me I worked on this whole thing, getting Restream ready to get Kick, and now they won't verify me. He's like, you have to message them. I'm like, bro, you have to just keep working at it. It took us what, 3 times? Like,
yes, man. I don't think we got approved our first time.
No,
for
and we passed the metrics, but
by
it takes
a lot.
time.
But
it takes
we
time for them.
We had over 1,000 live viewers at that time, but it takes time for them to get to know your content, make sure that they're comfortable putting the verification. He just believes he's entitled to that because he's Phil. It's like, but Phil, you only have a couple hundred viewers. And you're not even bringing them all to Kick. You haven't even fully committed to this platform.
It was on it for 4 weeks. No, 3 weeks.
Yes.
Like, bro, we were on Kick, I think, for maybe 6 months, grinding it out. On shows, we didn't do shows. We had gaming streams to raise the hours, right, that we were doing to show them, look, we're serious about this platform. He does fucking 10 streams, and then instead of emailing Kick, Eddie, whoever. He emails me and Ashton a copy paste attack. I'm like, wait, does yours say the exact same as mine?
It was so embarrassing. I was cringing really bad when I read it.
Yeah, there's
You
receipts.
know,
I got all the DMs. I'm like, of course we have the receipts. It's like, yes, there's so many DMs that I could like relax. Well, I'll leak them, but we're not lying. Like, I swear to God. Like, in fact, we're
not leakers like that. But when it comes to Phil, I feel
Fuck
like
him.
everybody is willing to make an exception to
I
see
hate
Phil
leakers.
stuff. Now, the thing is,
But
I'm willing to give Phil one last chance to apologize to us for wasting our fucking time, wasting our fans' money, wasting this entire opportunity. If Phil will humble himself, apologize to us, and
why
kiss
even
the
ask
ring
that?
over the weekend, because I want him to apologize. Because Phil has an apology fetish.
I don't want to hear
And
his fucking. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want him. I don't want him contacting me. If he apologizes to me, I'm gonna go like this.
He has
I
to
don't
do
care.
a dance. He has to dance. He's got to
Yeah.
do the truffle shuffle and apologize.
I got the drip going. 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 It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.